Okay, so just got done seeing The Accountant 2, and it was good. I don't remember much of the first one to really compare it. I thought that John Bernthal was easily the best part of the movie. He really elevated it to being just kind of like average to slightly above average. Like it was like probably 7 territory, and maybe he elevated it to an 8. Maybe 6 to 7. It's kind of hard to say because overall the movie is good, but then there is some things that hold it back from being better than what it should have been. I think the story is a bit convoluted. It seems like there's to get to point D. They spend a lot of time fleshing out point B and point C and doing this and doing that, and then moving on to the next thing. But instead of a straight road to get to where they need to get, it seems like they were focusing on doing this, then trying to focus on doing that, and there came a point where things started clicking in the story a little bit more, and I thought to myself, I understand what's going on, but then it felt like I was not understanding what was going on, because I didn't know if everything that led up to the point in the film was necessarily needed or not, or if I was perhaps missing something. So I think the story could have been tightened up just a little bit. There's some funny parts to it. There's a lot of interesting parts, lots of good reveals of scenes and how things are playing out. One of the best parts is them trying to find a photo in some random person's computer. There's stuff that's good that I'm not sure exactly how necessary it was, other than just slightly giving a little bit more of a progressive character for Ben Affleck, like the country bar scene. While it's a good scene, I don't know where it really led to in the overall story or the future of these characters, other than just saying, "Hey, this character, got a little bit better in life, as far as being able to intermingle with people or something like that." But overall, I think, like so many movies, a good deal could have been cut to really shorten the length. Not saying that it's a bad movie or anything. There's just a little bit too much extra in it. Probably 3 too many characters. I would say the best part is definitely the interactions between Ben Affleck and other characters, especially his brother. I didn't feel like the movie was really building to something great. Like when it got to the third act, I was like, okay, well, there's some conclusions here, and they're satisfying in the fact that characters are, succeeding, but it's not really too deep. It's not deep enough. I felt like maybe you should have felt a little bit more as far as what was happening by the end of it. And there was some characters I didn't know exactly if they were supposed to be good or bad. It didn't really matter to me. I don't know if that's a good or bad thing, but it was a little odd. I would still definitely recommend watching it, though. It's it's mostly all good. The audience, some people even clapped at the end of it, surprisingly enough. Not that I was thinking that people wouldn't like it. No, I didn't think. You don't see too many people clapping at the end of movies, and typically not like an R-rated quasi-action movie. There's really only 2 somewhat action scenes in the entire thing, just about. But But I think definitely what's going to work for most people is the chemistry between the two brothers in this. I mean, that's quite obvious. You know, it's and I guess John Bernthal was in the first one. I completely forget, but I might check out the first one again just to kind of because it's been a little while since I've seen it. But the sequel was good enough for me to try to revisit the characters again. Sure, why not? But overall, it's not going to be like, no one's going to be goo goo all over how great it is or anything like that. I don't think too many people will dislike it. It's going to be a general pleaser, but it's not going to end up on any top 10 list or anything like that. It's just a good movie. That's about it. The more I think about it, I'm kind of falling on maybe a 7. It's kind of like it's 8 in the moment, but then like so many things, the more you think about it, the more it might be a realistic 7. So yeah, well, that's about all I got to say about that right away. There's some nitpicks I had. There's some definitely 5 or 6 moments at most that I was just like, oh, I see where this is heading and I don't like it, or I didn't quite understand why that was necessary, or what exactly is happening in this scene. But other than some smaller issues and maybe some not some of the best dialogue, but then there's times that there really is some good dialogue, but just not totally excellent in everything that it's trying to do. But overall, I had a fairly good time. I just didn't think it was as deep as maybe it was thinking it should be by the end. But definitely like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff, thumbs up, whatnot. And I'll catch you in the next one.